The Galactic Council chambers fell silent as Ambassador Aliana of the Zelthari Collective raised all four of her crystalline appendages in alarm. The holographic display before her showed something impossible, a data stream from the human colony ship Frontiers Hope that had just caused every monitoring system in the sector to simultaneously flag for attention. Counselors, Aliana's translator rendered her chittering voice into standard galactic. We have a situation. Commander James Park stood before the assembled representatives of 47 spacefaring civilizations, his infant daughter sleeping peacefully in the carrier strapped to his chest. He had no idea that his request for colony expansion permits would turn into this. The human has brought a juvenile to the council chambers, hissed the Sareth representative, their scales rippling with what might have been disgust or fear. Humans still couldn't tell the difference. Is that not normal? James asked, gently bouncing to keep little Emma asleep. She's teething. My wife's covering a double shift in engineering. I didn't think it would be an issue for a simple permit application. Aliana's optical sensors focused on the tiny human with fascination and horror. She had studied Earth's files extensively since humans had joined the galactic community 3 years ago. What she'd learned had given her nightmares in 4 different sleep cycles. Humans were from a death world, not the garden variety of high gravity or extreme temperature planets that produced merely tough species. Earth was a Class 3 death world, a designation so rare that only 3 other planets in the known galaxy qualified. It was a world where the dominant species had clawed their way to the top of a food chain so brutal that their own planet's history was written in extinction events. Humans were persistent predators with binocular vision, redundant organs, and a skeletal structure that could withstand impacts that would liquefy most species. They healed from injuries that would kill others. They could survive on almost anything organic. Their bodies fought back against poison and disease with military precision. And now one of their apex predator infants was in the council chambers. Commander Park, Aliana said carefully. Perhaps you are unaware of how unsettling your presence is to many species here. James frowned, confused. I showered this morning. Is there a cultural thing I'm missing? You are a predator, the Sareth spat. Your eyes face forward. You show your teeth when you experience pleasure. Your young one there will soon consume processed flesh as sustenance. Well, yeah, James said, still not understanding the problem. She's 7 months old. We've started introducing solid foods. A collective shudder ran through the council chambers. That's when Emma woke up, her tiny eyes, binocular, forward-facing with the characteristic human pattern recognition that could spot a predator in microseconds, opened. She looked around at the assembled aliens with the fearless curiosity that only a human infant could possess. Then her face split into a gummy smile. Papa, she said clearly, her first word. James's face transformed with joy. Did you hear that, Emma? You said Papa. He looked around at the assembled council, his predator's grin wide and genuine. She's never said that before. This is amazing. Every single alien in the chamber froze. Aliana's sensors registered the biometric data flooding her console. The infant had just demonstrated advanced vocal learning, unprecedented for a 7-month-old in 94% of galactic species. Recognition and attachment bonding, military tactical advantage, rapid neurological development, danger escalation. The baby human was learning, at a rate that defied comprehension. Commander Park, Aliana said slowly, do you understand what your species represents? James's joy dimmed, replaced by wariness. I'm just a maintenance engineer who wants to expand our colony's living space. Emma's just a baby. No. Aliana pulled up the data streams. Your species reached spaceflight in 66 of your years after splitting the atom. You went from bronze tools to quantum computers in 3,000 years. Do you know how long it took the Zelthari? How long? 42,000 years. And we are considered fast learners. James looked down at Emma, who was now giggling and reaching for the holographic display, trying to grab the pretty lights. Your infant, the Sareth continued, voice trembling, will be walking in months, speaking in sentences within a year. By age 5, she will have learned more than many species learn in their entire lives. By adulthood, she will be a fully realized apex predator with tool-using intelligence that exceeds most of our senior scholars. She's a baby, James repeated, but something in his voice had changed. He was beginning to understand. Aliana pulled up another file. When your ship arrived 3 years ago, every military AI in the sector classified you as an extinction-level threat. Not because you came armed, you didn't, but because of what you are. You are a species that survived the unsurvivable. You are predators who learned to hunt the stars themselves. Emma chose that moment to reach up and pat her father's face. "Papa," she said again, pleased with herself. James caught her tiny hand and kissed it, an unconscious gesture of affection. To the assembled council, it looked like a predator's kiss, teeth bared, displaying weaponry even in tenderness. "So what does this mean?" James asked quietly. Aliana made a decision that would alter galactic politics for generations. "It means your expansion permit is approved. All of them. Whatever you need." "Why?" "Because," Aliana said, looking at the tiny human who would one day walk among the stars with the same fearless determination that had carried her species from cave to cosmos. "We would rather have you as friends than wait to face you as enemies." Your daughter just spoke her first word. In 20 years, she and others like her will be solving problems we cannot imagine, building things we cannot dream of, pushing boundaries we're afraid to approach. She paused, watching James comfort his child with the gentle strength that characterized his species, capable of incredible violence, choosing infinite kindness. "The galaxy didn't stop moving when your baby spoke, Commander Park, but perhaps it should have, because in that single word we heard the future. And it sounds like Papa." James held Emma closer, finally understanding the weight of what humanity represented. Not monsters, not angels, just parents and children, reaching for tomorrow with the same persistence that had always defined them. Outside the council chambers, the stars wheeled on, indifferent to the drama of biological politics. But in 1,000 worlds and 100 species military archives, the alert level on humanity quietly upgraded, not because humans had done anything threatening, but because their babies were learning to speak. And the galaxy knew. Whatever humans learned, they mastered. Whatever they mastered, they exceeded, and they were only just beginning.